Do unto others as you would like them to do unto you.
All right, and tonight the word do unto others as you would like or have them to do unto you. So the topic is do unto others as you would like or as you would like them to do unto you. And I'll be reading two quick scriptures. The first one is from Matthew 7, verse 12, from St. Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, and it reads, therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. So in other words, that is saying, do unto others as you would have them or as you would like them to do unto you. And then I'm going to go to St. Luke 6. Let me get to St. Luke 6. I'm using the physical Bible, so just take me a little time to get to it. Glory be to God. So St. Luke 6, verse 31. And as he would that men should do to you, and as he would that men should do to you, do he also to them likewise. So this St. Luke 6:31 and St. Matthew is similar. It's saying similar things, just probably few wording, but in essence it's saying the same thing or similar things. Glory be to God. So what this is saying to us is that we should be careful how we treat our brothers and sisters. So we ought to think about the way that we treat individuals and that we treat them the way that we would want it to be treated. So in other words, as the scripture that I've read, it's encouraging us, it's explaining that treating people with the same kindness, respect is essential. It's important, especially as children of God or those who are following Christ or walking and following Christ, walking or being Christ-like or having Christ-like traits. And we must understand that it's essential to show in love, because we know that God is love and love is God. We see that I believe that's in St. Matthew, somewhere there around verse chapter 8, St. Matthew. So this is, it helps us to be moral, help us to walk in right standing with God, and it encourages us to be proactive in doing goodness and good deeds, and also having empathy and not just avoiding harm. So it's more than not just avoiding harming others, but also doing good. And as I say this, I remember the parable or the Bible or biblical event of the Good Samaritan. And just quickly, we see that the person was robbed and injured on the road, and it wasn't the priest passed and didn't render assistance. A believer passed and didn't render assistance, and it was the Samaritan. No, the Samaritans weren't believers or part of the group of faith or community of believer, but that Samaritan found it in his heart to assist the gentleman that was robbed and left on the roadside to eventually succumb to the injuries and pass. So we must understand that empathy is important. We must always try to put ourselves in someone else's shoes to understand their needs and feelings and what they may or are going through. Being kind or proactive kindness is also important, and this is not just to avoid doing harm, but also actively doing good things, doing good deeds. Not for sure, not to say that I'm a good person or for publicity and for everyone to see, but the intent is important. Not doing it and publicizing it for people to say, oh, you're a good person, or I'm a good person, or whoever is a good person, and so forth, because the intent behind that is not for the right reason. So the intent of doing good is very important. The scripture is encouraging us, especially as believers, to do good and not just to avoid doing harm or doing bad, but to also do good. Help where we can help others, wherever it's possible, render assistance. It don't only mean financial help, it might mean encouraging a brother or sister, encouraging someone, praying, assisting, they might be doing a task or doing something, you can help them to bring their shopping bag, whatever it may be. It don't have to be financial support. It can be checking in on your brother, your sister, your relative, your neighbor, and so forth, and doing what you can to make their life a better life, or make, things easier for them, because sometimes we don't know what others are going through. We may see them on the streets, we may see them at work, wherever, at school, wherever in the community, and we see them and they look all right, but deep down they're struggling, or when they get back home, or different things, may be happening behind the scenes. So it's always good to be kind and to treat people with love and do what we can to make their life better. We must also understand that reciprocity is important. So to reciprocate, to when someone help you help, but when someone assists you assist back. It's good to be good to those who are good to you, and even to be good to those who have been bad or mean or wicked to you. So what we give is what we tend to get back, although we're not doing it to get back, because our increase, our blessing truly comes from God, and we know that God uses others, human beings, to bless us, because God physically can't come down and bless us. So he operates through human beings, through individuals, through his children, through mankind. So we must understand that we should be giving love. We also should be respectful and forgiving. Forgiveness is important, because forgiveness encourages us to be able to move on and assist persons, individuals, others, because if we can't forgive them, we're going to be bitter, and instead of getting better, we'll be bitter and just want to hurt and do even wicked things. So we must understand that it's easy to understand but requires conscious effort. So we need to be putting in effort to and love much beyond self-contentedness. So beyond what we want, or beyond, being selfish, or thinking about me, or being self-centered, we must think about others. So we must remember these, I would say probably golden rules, or things to really keep, and probably keep in the back of our mind, or use it as a probably reminder that if we want to, if I want to, if you want to be respected, then we must treat others with dignity. The same way, if we want to have comfort, or if we want, or if you want, or if I want comfort, we must offer comfort to others. Thirdly, if I want, if you want, if we want honesty, then we must speak truthfully and kindly to others. We must be honest to others if we expect them or want them to be honest. And lastly, if we want forgiveness, we must be willing to forgive others. So in other words, we should dish out what we would be willing to be dished to us, or we should give or treat others the way we would be okay or fine to be treated. All right. So God bless you. I hope that this bless, encourage you, edify you, assist you. I hope it's done something positive for you. Heaven bless you. All right. So I'm gonna play some music. This was a quick word. It's not a long one. So Do unto others as you would have them, or like